Heyo, it's me, Doc, back here with another lesson. This is just a quick one on the different strumming and picking styles that I'll be teaching about in my lessons. All right. So there are so many ways to play the ukulele. There's so many ways to play every instrument, but there's a lot of ways to play the ukulele. And I partake in a lot of these, but there's a lot of styles I don't play. And just because I don't play it and I don't teach it, doesn't mean it's not like a valid way to play and that you shouldn't search out another way to play it. I just don't play that way. I usually try not to pass any judgment on the way people play unless it looks like they're doing damage to their body or their instrument. I kind of just go with the flow and let any style speak for itself, really. Um, so one thing that you'll hear a lot about the ukulele is you're not supposed to play with a pick. That's been said for a long time, and it really just stems from the fact that originally the ukulele probably was played with the fingers, and nowadays most people associate nylon stringed instruments with finger picking, and maybe steel stringed instruments with more with picks. But you can definitely play the ukulele with a pick. Let me just get that out of the way right away. You can do it. If anyone says you can't, they're wrong. All right. The only thing you want to watch out for when you're playing the ukulele with a pick is that you're not striking the ukulele body with it, because that will wear it away over time. Okay, so you just want to angle your pick away from that. If you have a pick guard, it's probably not an issue. But if you don't, a lot of ukuleles don't, then you want to go out with your picking a little bit more. Okay, so that's just one way. All right, so strumming wise, in my first official ukulele lesson for beginners, I'll be going over the preferred method I teach to beginners. This lesson will just be going over other options that you can explore if you wish, and the options that I will be teaching going forward in more of my lessons. And I already have a couple out on these styles. But all right, so let me just go through this real quick. Before you do anything, remember, this is a big theme of mine. Tune your instrument, both for your ear and for your audience. All right, so it's in tune. All right, so the most common way to play the ukulele is like this. Well, the most common way to strum it, I should say, is that way. It's basically using your index finger to strum. Now you can either use an unsupported index finger, or you can support it right here with your thumb, which is mostly what I do. So the way I do it is I have kind of a long nail for finger picking, but you don't have to have one. Is I just kind of drag it along and then do a little flick. Drag, flick. Like you got water on your hand and you want to get water on your finger and you want to get rid of it. Ooh, alright. That's one way to do it. You can do it with your whole hand. You can do it with your thumb. You can do it with another finger if you want. You can go like this. So rasgudo. And you can use a pick, like I talked about before. You can use a flat pick. You can use a thumb pick. Or you can use the finger pick, which I never really use too often, so I'm not going to go over that. But so one of the other reasons people say not to play with a pick is they say that you lose your ukulele sound. And you do get a little snappier sound with this, but I wouldn't say you lose it. But if you do want a softer sound with a pick, they do have felt and leather picks that are very good options, okay? So those are different ways that you can strum the ukulele. You can use pick. And then ways you can pick single strings. I'll go over ways to do that. Now, pick would be probably the easiest way for an absolute beginner to play notes, especially if you do all downstrokes. Although you'd want to get to the point where you can go like this. Use alternate picking. Alright, so you can use a pick to pick single notes, or what's probably more popular is you can use your index nail like a pick, like this. So I'm just going like this. And if you don't have a nail, that's okay. You can still do it. Like, let me do it on my pinky, I guess. That's the only one I don't have a nail on, sorry. Didn't work very well, but you get the idea. Another option is to use your thumb like this. Downstrokes or back and forth. When I use my thumb, I tend to do all downstrokes. Alright, you can do like a classical guitar style where you go use your two fingers walking. A lot of times you use your thumb for these lower notes, so you might go. Some other good options would be, I'll show you some more maybe idiosyncratic ways. So claw hammer. Now claw hammer is a fun way to strum too, like this. Two-finger thumb lead, like this. Or you could do something like this, a three-finger style. So those are some of the ways that I play, and I'll be teaching you all those sort of ways in the lessons to come. But for the beginners, we'll be mostly focusing on this index style, and then maybe some finger picking as well, until we get into more advanced stuff. And if you were intrigued by the claw hammer or the two-finger playing, I do have some lessons out for claw hammer ukulele and two-finger ukulele, and I'll link them in the description. So if you want to check those out, they're pretty cool. And if you're liking these lessons, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can see them right when they come out, okay? Cool. So I'm Doc. Thanks for watching.